career counseling is next week, right? Are you planning to go to a university, Yumi?
Yep, I'm going to school overseas.
This is the first I've heard about this. I'm your girlfriend. You have to tell me this stuff.
Oh, speaking of girlfriends.
It's been restless out there lately. Have you seen all those flyers at the station? But none of that stuff has any credibility. There is no certainty in what they say. That's right, it's a matter of probability. Hey, don't give me those looks. The end of the world. Let's discuss this with respect to probability.
Polonia Mall.
You're Kiyoshi-san's grandmother, correct? Greetings. Oh, you're those nice students from before. Hello. You have great timing. I was just thinking about seeing you two again. If you want the truth, Muley has disappeared again. Again? Well, don't worry. At least this time we have an idea of where she may have gone. No, that's all right. I believe that this time Muley went in search of something. In search of something? Yes, for a place to die. When cats perceive that their life is nearly over, they leave on their own to wait for the end. Muley even came to say goodbye to me before she left, and so I don't think I'll need you to find her anymore. I just wanted to thank you for letting us see each other one last time before the end. Muley-san died? Well, good day now. You're not alone. I'm certain of it. Well, of course I'm not alone. As long as there are people left in the world, no one can truly be alone. I'm fine as long as there are people like you around. Miss, bless you, dear girl, for your kindness to an old lady. Toodaloo.
The old lady quietly walked off.
Kiyoshi-san said that people live to be happy. Was Muley-san happy? Was Muley-san grateful to have been born? For what purpose was Muley-san born? Life. Where does it originate? Where does it go? What reason does life have to exist? To live is to be connected to people, but life eventually ends. Parting seems to be a natural and inevitable aspect of life, an unavoidable end. Life is cruel. I wonder, will the day come when I must part with you forever too? I do want to live, but that's not all. That is to say, I don't want to merely become close to human. I want to, with you. What is this feeling? What do I want to do?
You can sense Aigis' feelings for you.
I'm sorry for getting upset so suddenly. I'll be heading back.
You decide to go back to the dorm. Gekkokan High School, Rooftop.
The wind is calm today. I don't detect the usual scent of the sea.
Aigis suddenly became quiet.
I'm sorry about last time. Perhaps my heart is becoming more and more like that of a human. But as a result, I have realized something. The heart and body are inseparable. A human heart can only function normally within a human body. Have you ever come here alone with a male before, Katone-san? Perhaps you gazed out at the view and spoke quietly. Oh, I didn't mean to pry. I was just curious. I see. That makes sense. Many people depend upon you.
Aigis is smiling sadly.
Actually, I was becoming a little worried. I thought that perhaps I was spending too much time with you. There are many people who would like to be with you. I'm sure you have people you want to be with as well. If that is the case, please tell me right away. I wouldn't want to become an obstacle preventing you from becoming closer to another person.
Aigis sounds as if she's trying to convince herself.
The view from this rooftop is wonderful. That must be why when I come here after school, sometimes I find a couple alone here. They might be leaning against one another or embracing. I never gave it a second thought before, but lately it pains me to see them. I have probably come to realize that this is a sort of connection I can never attain. I am not a male. I am not even human. The closer my heart becomes to that of a human, the more I realize how much sets us apart. Just because my heart is developing doesn't mean I can actually become human. I've known this from the beginning, of course, but only recently have I realized something. I have another wish, one just as precious as my desire to live. My realization is that this second wish can never be granted.
Aigis seems very distressed.
I'm sorry. I lost control of myself again. But this feeling that you are precious to me will never change, no matter what happens.
Aigis is gazing at you intensely.
No, that's not right. Until now, I have always referred to you as something precious to me. But that is not the correct way to express this feeling. However, if I were to use the proper words, I know it would never come true, and
Aigis ran off. He decided to go back to the dorm.
Where have you been?
1 week until the 31st, huh? I think you already know this, but once you go into Tartarus on the 31st, you won't be able to leave until the battle is over. If we lose, there won't be a tomorrow, and we won't get a chance at a rematch. You should spend this next week getting prepared for the fight.
Our last Sunday. Iwatodai Strip Mall.
How odd.
We aren't doing anything special, yet spending time with you doesn't bore me. Mitsuru seems to be enjoying herself. I thought until now that I'd always be my true self. Oh, what I mean by that is, how should I explain this? Mitsuru is for once at a loss for words. I never paid the timid, cowardly side of myself any heed. Meeting everyone's expectations and performing my duties, I thought that was all there was to me. I'm such a fool. I see. If you say so, then that's how I feel as well. My own weakness that I never cared to admit, I feel as though I can come to accept it now. It's all thanks to you. Mitsuru is smiling. Did you make it? You are strong, but with the feminine side as well. Quite an enigma. Does this look good on me? It's a cell phone strap, Mitsuru. You're supposed to put it on your phone. I imagine that she's like pinned it into her hair, like, oh, what's this for? Does it look good on me? Thank you. I'll treasure this for a long time to come. Mitsuru seems to be delighted with the gift.
Sup, dude?
I've heard a lot of talk lately about salvation and the world becoming renewed. If the apathy syndrome is becoming widespread, maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm always hearing people talk about it on TV. I thought maybe it was a cult at first, but maybe it isn't.
I mean, if the whole world believes in it, I feel stupid to be the only one denying it. Wow, we're already to the last chapter in the textbook. Thanks to all your diligence, we've gone very quickly. My last day as a teacher is coming up. I'm moving to India this spring. My darling is a missionary here, but he said he can't take this country anymore. Too many mysterious incidents, he said. Don't get me wrong, though. I love Japan. So I'd like to thank you all for being such wonderful students.
Just sleeping through my teacher's tearful speech. Gekukan High School's faculty office. You're here for your academic counseling with Miss Toriumi.
Let's begin, shall we? I don't have much to say, though. In the end, it's your decision. All right, first question. Are you planning on going to college after you graduate, or entering the workforce?
I don't know.
Well, you still have another year until you graduate. It's okay if you still haven't decided. Just don't put it off for too long. Now, it's important to keep in mind that this decision is yours and yours alone. If someone else makes it for you, you'll regret it later. And then you'll have to live with the consequences, whatever they may be. But to be honest, I'm quite confident in you. You've really matured over this last year. I'm sure you're aware of it as well. What do you think has helped to bring about this change the most?
Social links.
I see. Well, whatever the reason, you should be proud of the young woman you've become. That's all for now. I hope you have a successful senior year. Let's see. Who's next? Aigis-san. Would you mind letting her know? Thank you.
Gekukan High School, Rooftop. Aigis is sitting there by herself.
I'm sorry I went off on my own.
Aigis seems to be lost in thought.
When I finally calmed down after New Year's, I realized something. When I fought Ryoji, I got really scared when my consciousness began to fade. But that wasn't all. I was also confused and embarrassed when I realized I couldn't defeat him. But I couldn't defeat him 10 years ago either, and I didn't have those feelings then. I really have changed. I've been thinking a lot about this change that's occurred in me. You know, in the past, if I didn't understand something, I would just ask someone to explain it to me. But since I've decided to live, no one's been able to answer the questions I've been facing. However, there is one thing I've come to understand. The reason why I wanted to be close to you was so I could monitor death. But even though death is gone now, I still want to be by your side. I still don't know what it means to live yet, but I want to learn the answer, and I think I can if I'm with you. So please take me with you. I may not be strong enough, but I'll fight with you to the end. Please. Thank you.
Aigis nodded strongly and clasped your hand. You suddenly remembered that Miss Toriumi is waiting to meet with Aigis. You leave the rooftop with Aigis. She's not here.
Hi, how was your day?
Today might be our last Monday. If we don't win, there won't be another. We'll be fine. Aigis, we'll win. We have no other choice.
You're right, Aigis. We have to win. Aigis rank 9 today, rank 10 tomorrow. Put in our order for the weapon tomorrow. Hang out with Mitsuru Thursday. Earliest day we can go with Aigis' weapon. It's 2 days before. Gekokana High School, Rooftop.
Isn't it interesting how the sunlight on a clear winter day seems stronger than it is during the summer? Perhaps it's because the sun is lower in the sky, and you don't have to look up to see it. I've gotten used to this view, but it's never exactly the same. The same could be said of one's daily routine, or of life itself. The fated day is almost here, January 31st. I come here in order to think. I can't let this end. I must protect it. Thoughts like that.
Aigis is smiling.
Since last time, I have calmed myself by thinking things through. I thought about the old lady and Muley-san as well as Kiyoshi-san. I wonder if Muley-san was alone until the moment of her death. Someplace no one could find her. I think the old lady wanted to be there for her at the end. To live means to be connected to other people, but life is finite and farewells are inevitable. It's sad to consider, but you and I must part one day as well. And then, I'll never be able to see you again. There's so much in life that cannot be understood. It's filled with pain. You meet others, forge relationships, and spend time with them. Then they are gone, leaving you behind, leaving you alone. When I consider that, I can no longer hold back my feelings. But I understand now. That's just how it is. No two viewings are alike. No 2 days are alike. It is natural for everything to disappear, return, and remain in a constant state of change. Life is finite and ephemeral. That is precisely what makes it precious to us, showing us that we shouldn't waste it. It is a miracle for any two like-minded people to meet within the chaotic flux. That's why forging bonds and relationships is a source of happiness. That is the root cause of the joys of being alive. It's not a cold but a warm kind of sorrow, shining more brightly as a result of its limits. If I think of it that way, there's no time to falter or hesitate. I need to tell you. Even if my wishes are unfulfilled, I have to share my true feelings.
You feel Aigis' strong resolve.
Katone-san, I want to be by your side. I want to be closer to you than anyone else. I don't want you to love someone else. I don't want that, even if it's what would make you happy. I know that I'm a machine. I know that I can't be touched. I know that you should find happiness with a man. But I don't know why. All I can see or think about is you, Katone-san. I feel like I'm going to break down. Katone-san.
You sense Aigis' strong affection towards you. You gently hold Aigis' shaking hand. It is surprisingly warm. You literally can't refuse. You literally can't refuse. It always ends up romantically no matter what. I understand, like, this is... I mean, I have no objections to this. And I understand that it is, in part, laziness on the developers' part. Instead of an actual, like... trying to be like, oh, it has to end romantically no matter if you're playing as male or female, and that's just what makes sense, because it does make sense. But I think it's just really funny when compared with Persona 5, which is like, oh yeah, you can date like 4 adult women, but dating Yusuke, who like is implied to be gay, or Ryuji, who the voice actor Max Middleman, fucking king, love you, says that, like, I do view Ryuji as bisexual, so that's It's just really insane when putting context to that. Like, oh yeah, a Persona 3, you have to have a lesbian relationship with Aigis if you're going to do a social link with her, which like makes sense, I guess. But then in Persona 5, like 2 games later even, it's like, yeah, you can't do that shit. That's fucking weird. Anyway, here's 4 adult women that you can date, one of whom is your teacher. Anyway, there will be plenty of time to rant about that when we do Persona 5. She shook your hand off.
I'm sorry. I can't think of anything to say. I wonder if something really has broken inside of me. I feel hot, like something is burning inside me. We should go back. I'll go ahead. I can't look at you now. See you later.
You decide to go back to the dorm separately.
Oh, hey!
I guess I am dating Akihiko, but I don't think she'd care about that. I love her more. Akihiko's more like a pet than a boyfriend. I mean, those are the same thing, but, you know.
Only 5 days until the promise day. Well, we're going there to break that promise. Hey, do you want to go to Tartarus tonight? I want to be ready. Thank you very much. I would like to show you my room. I would like you to see how I live, and,
You decided to go to Aigis' room. Dorm, Aigis' room.
Oh, please, don't worry. The shells on the floor are only blanks. There is no gunpowder in them.
Wow, that's a lot of school uniforms. Why does she have so many?
So, what do you think of my room? Are you surprised? To be honest, I was hesitant to invite you here. I have no heartwarming or pleasant decorations. It's hard to believe that I once thought this room was normal.
Aigis looks embarrassed.
But that's why I wanted to show it to you. As you can see from the decor, I'm a machine. That used to make me sad, but I figured something out. There's something only I can say because I am unable to die. I will never leave you, no matter how or when your life comes to an end. At that moment, I will be at your side. You will remain in my heart. Oh, yes, will you accept this?
Aigis gave you something. Obtain charred screw.
It is one of the parts that had to be replaced after I collapsed at the Moonlight Bridge. I asked Mitsuru-san to have it sent here. I have changed since then. I'm not afraid, and I won't give up. I'll get back on my feet as many times as it takes. I'll fight by your side and protect you. This is the proof. I wanted you to hold on to it. It's a part of me. If to live means to spend time with people you forge relationships with, then I want my relationship with you to be the strongest of all. My connection to you is my reason for living. The thing that's most precious to me is to be at your side.
Aigis has an innocent smile upon her face. You sense a strong bond with Aigis.
Kotone-san, I actually have one more favor to ask. At the base of my neck, behind the knot of the ribbon, my most important component is located there. The source of the artificial psyche that makes me who I am. My emotional engine, the Papillon heart. It's extremely delicate, so I am forbidden to expose it outside of the laboratory's clean room. I want you to touch it. If exposed to your skin oils and cells, your genetic information will most likely be burnt into it. Even so, I want you to do this. I want to leave indelible proof in this body of the understanding that you and I have reached. Not as a memory that can be erased, but as something permanent, something irrevocable.
Aigis is gazing at you intently. You have to. But in Persona 5, no.
I'm so happy.
Well then, Aigis slowly lied down on the floor.
Oh, since you'll be coming into direct contact with my heart, I apologize in advance if I say something odd or make unusual noises. As a precaution, I will cut off motor functions to my arms and legs.
Aigis seems embarrassed.
Well then, will you untie my ribbon?
You spent a long time with Aigis. I know this story. Your head's gonna fall off.
You were in your room all this time?
Oh yeah. I wasn't having robo-sex.
4 more days. I'm up for going to Tartarus whenever you want. We've come so far. Nothing's more important than this.
Alright, I'm gonna go make Metatron. Alright. Can I have the process expedited, maybe? Because the world's gonna end soon. Nile gun. What is it? Yeah.